we just went kind of rapid fire through kind of the basic flow of information in molecular biology. DNA, RNA, protein, etc. So based on that information flow, I'm asking you just propose two specific ways. And when I say ways, I mean in the language that we just presented, basically molecular explanations in terms of these molecules, DNA, RNA, protein, that a mutation could change gene function. Okay? We said that genes basically are key functional units. Let's just keep things simple here. Assume that we've got an organism that only has one copy of its genome, so you don't have to worry about recessive, dominant, all that nonsense. But basically, state in molecular terms, how could a mutation, what would be two example ways that a mutation could affect, change gene function? It's a real simple question. Question? No, I haven't. I'm just setting up the question here, but when you log in, you should see this question on your screen. What you have to do is you have to get first the Wi-Fi connection and then see that login screen. And then at the bottom of the login screen, there's a link that says register. And that's all you have to do. You click that register link, put in a new username, and your university ID number. And then once you do that, you'll see this question. Okay. Any questions about what this question is asking you? Anything that's unclear about the words?
Do you mean that how computer can change the gene, or how it changes like with gene?
Well, let's say the gene is just a way station to function, some kind of downstream thing that we could see. Maybe the organism used to have orange eyes and now it has white eyes, or something like that. So genes carry out functions through the information flow that I just presented to you, DNA, RNA, protein. So the basic question here is, use the language of molecules to just give a couple of examples of how a change at the DNA level could result in a change in downstream function, basically by affecting a gene. Any other questions about what you're being asked? All right, so why don't you go ahead and think about that for a minute. It's a simple question, so thinking about it for more than a minute probably is not going to be too useful. Okay, given that we're short on time today, I'll just jump straight to the answer here. There's many basic explanations that you could have used. For example, we know that a change in a DNA letter can change an amino acid letter in the protein that's coded by that gene, and that could change the function, right? Protein carries out the function. So if the protein changes, then the function could change. So that's one example molecular mechanism. Another would be the transcription of the gene from DNA to RNA. That could be affected, right? There are different aspects of the DNA that also regulate the copying of the DNA to the RNA. Maybe a mutation would screw up the transcription. Maybe the RNA wouldn't be made at all for that gene. And other possibilities. All you were asked for here, come up with any two plausible molecular ways that a mutation could change function. Main thing, be specific. Say something concrete that actually describes what's happening in the molecules. Fine. So this is a real simple example. You can see here that we're not looking for, some kind of sophisticated molecular biology understanding, but just to make sure you know what the basic information flow is, and can kind of use those pieces of the puzzle to put a simple thing together. Okay.